Hey y'all, Shelley here from Wanderlust Paint Tribe. We're gonna paint Santa tonight. See if I can get this open over here so I can actually see what y'all see and comments and all that good stuff. I'm trying a different angle to see if y'all can make sure you can see the Santa. Oh, I think you can see Santa. Okay, but I almost knocked my camera stand down and I couldn't get it back to it's chaos. So it's sitting on a bucket. So if all of a sudden my camera goes flying at me, y'all just, it'll be all right. Don't worry about it. I do need to check one thing if I can, because now my stand is so stinking high. I can't see anything. Okay, I'm here. I'm back. I didn't run away. Okay. Let's see if I can see. All right, so it looks like I should be able to see comments. I want to start off with, I think I want to paint his face first. And I don't want it quite this peach. This is a Coral Reef by Craftsmart. And I think I'm going to lighten it with a little white for his face. When you guys come on, say hi. Tell me where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, let me know you're watching the replay and where you're watching from. This is going to be one of my offerings for an upcoming paint party, local. And I need to get a little sample painted, so I thought y'all can hang out with me and we'll paint a sample Santa. I think I want this guy. So I'm just mixing white and that coral peach color together to get a Santa face color. Way too pink. I'll add some more white to it. So what have you guys been up to? What kind of weather are y'all having? It's pretty chilly here. We got the fire going. Because you know, we live in the South and we don't do chilly well. I don't like cold. Alright, I think that color will work. And I'm going to attempt to kind of stay in the lines around his hat, just because I don't want to have to put too many coats to cover this up, if need be. So I'm avoiding hat and beard and mustache, but I'm not going to worry about eyes and nose and stuff. Y'all let me know. Hey Deborah! Let me know if y'all can hear me well. I just want to make sure that, because like I said, I was messing with stuff a minute ago and about knocked the whole stand over. Couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do. And of course I decide this like 3 minutes before I'm supposed to go live. Oh, let me mess with the stand. And so I'm just kind of waiting for it to come crashing down on my head. Can you still see? Yes. We just finished eating dinner. And I was trying to tidy up a hair before I came out here, so I didn't have as much to do when I got done painting. And this peachy, facey color, of course, you could vary whatever color you wanted to if you were to do something like this. I've got another Santa for you guys that's going to be a big surprise, and I'm so excited about this Santa. I want to show it to you, but I don't want to show it to you. I got to make sure all the kinks are worked out first. That way I don't show it to you and then it's like, we can't do it because it doesn't work because I don't know what I'm doing. So I got somebody that does know what they're doing trying to help me with Santa. And we're going to have an awesome Santa for you guys. And I just decided to put a quick little second coat over that just because I could still see the wood real well and I could see the lines like the eyes and stuff. Not that I don't want to be able to see them, but I didn't want to be able to see them that much. So I've got a craft fair coming up soon. What do you guys like more? Door hangers, wreaths, the combination of like a door hanger, wreath rail. See what I need to make more of to go to my craft fair. I haven't been to a craft fair as a vendor in 20-ish years. But let me not admit that. I was a teenager, so I'm not quite crazy old, but I'm still old. Alright, so face is done. Just this little peachy face part that sticks out. And then I think I'm going to use this deep burgundy for his hat. I may regret it, but we'll see. It may be too much of a brick color, but I think it'll be a good Christmas hat red. And I'm not doing anything fancy or special. I'm just laying down paint. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good red. A lot of the like primary type reds are just too translucent, too light. Once you get them on something like this, they pick up the color of the wood, and it just isn't quite what I want. But I think this one is going to work well. This is the red I used on the Sister Scarecrow's. No, it's not. I'm lying. It's the red I used on Brother Scarecrow's scarf. And I think that I decided I liked it enough I was going to try it on Santa's hat. Just painting Santa. Anybody got anything exciting going on tonight? Jay's got his report card today, first one, so that's pretty exciting. He passed everything, thank God. He stresses me out sometimes. I think sometimes he's too smart for his own good. I'm concentrating too much and not talking enough. I have that thing they call the RBF when I'm concentrating. So I'm sorry. That's just what it looked like. And I'm just going back over this with a second coat so it's nice and opaque. I don't want to sheer stocking cap on old Santa Claus. Almost got his hat on here. This one should be pretty quick painting. He doesn't have much going on for him. He's all beard and hat. Oh, I can't let it be. What is wrong with me? Why do I keep painting over the same spot? Let it go, Shelley. Let it go. Alright. Hit it with the dryer for just a second. Now we're going on to white. Everything else is, well, pretty much everything else is white. Lots of white. I'm trying to set my cup over there and see if I don't knock it over. We'll see how that goes for me. I'm going to go ahead and do his beard first because it's farthest away from anything that's still wet. Doing these lives like this helps me kind of figure out how I want to paint things at paint parties, what order that is, so that I do it the most effective way, so we don't spend too much time waiting for things to dry or bumping up against wet paint or any of that jazz. And then I know his little mustache is going to be white anyway, so it really wouldn't matter if I just painted it all the same. But I just kind of feel like if I paint them separately, they will blend a little differently and they will have their own place in his face, give him a little different depth. But we'll see. Maybe it won't matter. junk in my way. My little crafty area here is a big old hot mess. Not like that's surprising. It pretty much always is. Try to not paint on myself, although the struggle is real. I'm always getting paint on myself. I guess I thought I put my phone on silent before I started. Apparently I did not. It's up there doing a time lapse. And apparently it's gonna just bing. How do y'all feel about glitter? Are y'all pro glitter or anti glitter? I'm torn. I love the concept of glitter. I just don't like the glitteriness of it. Not, oh, it's messy. And I'm just kind of going back and forth in little weird directions to give this beard a little texture. A little floof. A little floof. Needs a little floof in his beard. Alright. I'm going to get a little smaller brush. I want to use this brush, but I think he needs some maintenance. Maybe his bristles will stay together. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, he's too wet, that's for sure. A little too much water. I hate when I do that. I'm so used to doing it with my pencil that I forget and do it with my paintbrush, and then I'm like, how's that gonna work out for you, Shell? I've had days where I couldn't find a pencil to save my life, and it's because they were all in my hair. Oh, my hubby's watching. Hey, honey bunches. Santa's mustache got a little wild over here on me. See if I can tame that back down. There we go, looking a little better. I got paint all over my finger. Trying not to stick it back in the other paint. Oh, Jenny's here. Hi, my friend. What are you painting today? We're painting Santa Claus today. This is what we've got going on so far. A little bit of face and hat and beard and a mustache action going on. Ooh, I think his face turned out too pink. Yeah. I'm gonna play with that color a little bit first. Might have to redo this guy. Or at least his face. Because once that dried, that's, whew. Talk about some rosy cheeks. But I guess it is cold. I bet his face would be red. Well, thank you, Miss Jenny. And now, we're going to go on to his hat floof. I got paint all over my finger and I keep sticking it on things where I don't want paint to be. Okay, baby wipe to the rescue, always. Much better, much better. I want that one right there. I'm going to try and come in this way. Cut the edge of that brush and get me a decent little line right there. How did your collaboration event go? I've been wanting to text you about that. Jenny, it went great. I don't know if you saw the picture. I mean, of course, we had some bumps in the road, as all new things do. So, my package that I was supposed to get with the wreath rail, why I can't think of my words today, the wreath rail in it didn't show up until like 2 days after our event. But of course, I just cut one myself to do for the event. It didn't have the wreath rail part on it, but my part was just the painting part anyway. So I cut one and did the painting part, and then once I did get it, I did go ahead and paint that one, and I painted it a little different, and I did the wreath rail part, and I absolutely loved it. It was a great little event. The project turned out beautiful. I've got one that we're working on, and I'm debating showing it because Carrie's working on figuring out whether or not what I sent her will work with a wreath rail on it. So it's like I don't want to show it and then it not work out because she's like, no, it just, because, you know, I don't make wreath rails. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to that part. So I need her expertise on that. And I just don't want to assume that she can make it work and me tell everybody about it and then we can't make it work. So I'm excited about it. She's working on seeing if she can make what I think will look good actually look good. Did it again. Stuck my finger right in that paint. So that's how that went. It went great. I did post some pictures of it. I absolutely love it. It's on my door right now, or I would show it to you. But it's on my front door because it's beautiful. And I love it. Oh, so bad about that. This is why I have paint on everything I own. Because I'm messy. It's just all there is to it. Always got to have that little fulcrum finger down, and then I stick it in the paint, in the wet paint, and then I plop it somewhere where it doesn't belong in some dry paint and make a hot mess. So Jenny, when we talked earlier, or you commented on something and you said that you were doing a whole bunch of painting. Have you been having a bunch of like craft events? Like craft fair type? And I'm just kind of going back over this, for one, because I had some extra white paint left, and for two, just to give it some little floofs like I did down in the beard. Just a little texture. I mean, it's not a bunch of texture. It's not going to make a huge difference, but I just like the way it feels, like the way it looks when it's got a little extra something. And it's an easy something to do to give texture, is to just kind of do different shaped strokes back and forth, little X's and circles and whatnot. Don't get me started on paint on all of my clothes. Apparently, you suffer from the same messiness that I do, girl. Yes, I've had market here and there, but I have a big one on November 5th. That's when mine is. It's that first Saturday in November, and I'm trying to decide what I want to make more of. I definitely want to do a few fall things, but mainly Christmassy things. And I don't know if I want to just stick with all door hangers or if I want to throw a couple of wreaths in there. I have some boards to do porch leaners, so I'll do, I don't know, a couple, 4 or 5 porch leaners, and then everything else will probably just be door hangers, but I may throw a wreath or 2 in there just to, you know, try my hand at it, see how it goes, especially after doing that wreath for the collaboration with Hot Mesh Mom. I absolutely loved it. Just hitting any spots that I feel like still has a little extra wood showing through. I got the cup in the way. trying to figure out what the best place to put my cup is, then I don't knock it over. I have solved my drinking paint water issue because obviously I have a lid and a straw, and I can't drink out of that. I can't mistake it for a cup. I told somebody the other day, I don't care for paint water. I haven't found a flavor I like, but apparently I was going to just keep trying it until I found one I did like, because every time I paint at a paint party, I end up picking up a solo cup and trying to take a sip of paint water. Alrighty. So, I can't decide. I really don't like his peachy face. It's too peachy to me. Ooh, it doesn't look that bad in the camera, or at least not on my computer it doesn't. But in person it looks like, yeah, I don't like it. I can't remember what I used when I painted my other face. Maybe I just had more white in there. We'll see. We'll play with it for a minute. Let's add some more white to this. I might cover this face up because I am not digging how pink he is. I want him to have some rosy cheeks, but I don't want his whole face to be pink. Wanted to participate, but too busy. But if you do a Christmas collaboration, I will try and do that one. Well, that is the plan. That's what we're kind of working on, trying to get that organized. See if she can make what I have in my head work, because she's good like that. Liking that. What did I use? I hate when I do that. I hate when I don't write things down. I come up with something halfway decent and then I don't write down what it was. And then I can't get back to it. This is why I should always write things down. Buttermilk is like my go-to not white. And I need a new bottle. That could work. I probably used a different color altogether, and I've used it all since then. One of these days I'm going to take notes on my own stuff and remember my, it's better, remember my recipes for things. Yeah, now that I'm painting against it, you can see how pink this is. or was, I should say. It was way too pink. But like I said, this is why I like doing these little test projects beforehand, because I know what I want it to look like. I just want to make sure that I know how to achieve what I want it to look like. Alright, need a little smaller brush to get in all these nooks and crannies. Poor Santa was looking like me after I went to the beach. That's when I say one day, exactly. One of these days. Every once in a while I get smart and surprise myself and I write colors on the back of things, what I used. And I really enjoy myself when I'm that person. But that person is not my dominant person. But I mean, do they really make organized creatives? Is that a thing that happens? Or are we all just hot messes? I don't know if that was a paintbrush bristle or cat hair. At this point, it could go either way. We adopted a new kitten last week, something like that. And it's been interesting, to say the least. We have our two existing adult cats, and they did not like him at first. And the boy cat has gotten over it, and the girl cat, she is sticking to her guns. She is not getting over it. She is not getting over it aggressively. I'm like, girl, you don't have to like him. Just quit being a butthead. So I'm just kind of fixing up Santa's face. I really didn't like the color it turned out, so I changed it. So I'm kind of going back over his face. He was looking a little bit too much like me at the beach in the summertime. Too pink. Too pink. I want his cheeks and his nose to be decently rosy. but the rest of his face has to not be rosy. Otherwise, how can you tell if his cheeks are rosy? So I'm trying a little different camera angle. It's a little higher so y'all can see down better. Let me know. Santa in July. Yep, that's him. Santa on vacation. So let me know if y'all are digging the new camera angle, if you can see it better. The painting area, the project. And we're going to hope that this whole stand doesn't just come tumbling down on top of me, because I messed with it right before I went live and it didn't do what I wanted it to do, and then I couldn't get the thing to untwist, and so it's sitting on a bucket on its regular shelf. And so yeah, I'm just waiting for it to come crashing down on my head. Alright, so I think we've got Santa's sunburn covered up, because I did not like that color. Santa needed a little concealer. Spends a little too much time at the beach. Love it. Looks perfect. Thank you. Great. I'm glad. Now if I can figure out how to take this camera stand apart and get it to actually do this without the precariousness of my little redneck engineering I got going on over there. Alright, much better. I am so much happier with that. Alright, so now we're going to let Santa's face dry up a little bit. While his face is drying up, I think I'm going to add, I want some movement in his beard. And I think I want it to be like a cool blue, like it's icy blue in his beard. So I'm going to use a little bit of, this is Primary Blue by Deco Art, an Americana, and I'm going to water it down and put a little white in it and see if I can just give some little wispies. Darker than I want it to be. Y'all get to go through my thought process with me. Just going to add a little more white that I can dip into. Okay, I'm starting to like that. It's very icy blue, but it's light, like almost like a Carolina blue, sky blue. the one I did on Procreate so I can remember what I wanted things to look like. Too many folders. There it is, Santa. Okay. I still think it might need to be just a tiny bit lighter. Just a tiny bit. Oh yeah. Now that's like a baby blue. Even lighter. Yeah, I think I'm liking that. And I want to give just some cool breezy looking wisps in all of the white on him, just so he's not so flat. Got it pretty soupy so that it flows real well off of my little liner brush. And I don't have much rhyme or reason other than where I feel like there would be a floofy, fluffy part on his hat. I'm not going to mess with it right now. I don't know what it is. It's probably old paint from the handle because I'm bad about leaving things. My paint party brushes have a tendency to look better than my own brushes because I always clean those out when I get home from the paint party, as opposed to mine might sit in this little bucket for 3 days before they get cleaned. Yeah. Not my best. Alright, so now I'm going to do his beard and his little mustache. Just a little movement through here. And then I'm going to do the same thing in his mustache. The Santa Mustachio. prefer, personally, to pull towards myself when I do little wispies like this. So that's why I'm always turning things around and back and forth so that I make sure I'm at a good angle. Close this little file folder so I can see what's going on. Alright, so now we've got his hat and his beard and his mustache. I finally like his face color. Now we're going to go in and add some pinkiness, some rosiness on his cheeks and his nose. And I'm going to use a bright, bright, bright pink for this. This is Royal Fuchsia. Turned it the wrong direction. Can y'all see that? And it's bright pink. We're definitely going to know that he was chilly. And his nose and his cheeks got all rosy. I'm going to use this brush. It's just a little beat up flat brush. And I do want this to be pretty translucent. So I am going to put a whole bunch of water. So it's very, very sheer. I got a little bit of pink over the end of his mustache, but my little damp baby wipe will wipe that right off of there. And I just put a little bit of water on there so I could lighten it up just a hair. Blend it just a little bit. That's too light now. that's dry enough, I'm just going to grab some black so we can fill in his eyes and his little peekaboo mouth there. I think we'll do all of the accents, like the low light type accents that I would typically do with a liner brush. I might do those with the tulip paint, or I might do those with a paint marker. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But we'll see. It's the first time for this guy. He's new, so we might tweak him a couple of times, or we might decide we like him the way he is once we get done. You know, I always say, you gotta be careful judging your paintings while you're painting them, because they always come together when you start adding a few little highlights, lowlights, details. So like the last 5 minutes is always the make or break when you know it's going to be a good painting or not. Oh, Lord have mercy. I think, yeah, that line of brush will work. I just kind of gave him a little open, hollow mouth. No details or fancy stuff for his little mouth. It's just there. And because I put so many coats on his face color, can't really see where my eyeballs were. So let's see, I think I have one, say about right here. Seems about the same place on the other side. Video. Oh, well, you're welcome about the video on the bow. I enjoyed doing that video. I think that's the fastest I've ever done a video and the fastest I've ever talked. If you ever have anything else you want to see my version of, just let me know, and I'll be happy to do a video about it. It might not be the best way, it might not be the right way, but it'll work. His little eyes come right up here to his hat. Hat kind of covers him up just a hair. The floofy part of the hat. I'm sure that has a name, but I don't know what it is. mean, if it were a different kind of hat, I would call it a brim. But, I don't know if that's what you would call this. On that kind, this kind, or call that on this kind of hat, yeah. I have one for you. Should do a live at one of your paint parties. Oh, that would be intense. I'll probably do a live while I'm setting up or something though. That'd be pretty cool. Okay. Alright, I think these eyeballs are even. Yep, I think so. Oh, he looks so cute. Alrighty. So now I want a little thinner liner brush. I want to do a couple little things on his face, just a little thinner than what either the paint marker or the tulip paint will do. So I'm using my tiny liner brush. I need to boil some water and run these through. They're starting to bend. You see how it's like not straight anymore? It's because I always leave them in the cups, and I need to stop doing that. But that's, like I said, my paint party brushes end up looking better than mine do because I always come home and clean those. Mine are not so lucky. So I just want to do, like right here by his little eyeball, I'm just going to give him some little wrinkles, some little squinty wrinkles. Because he's a cute little Santa. Might end up making his rosy cheeks just a little bit lighter. I think he's too rosy. Alright, and now I want to play with the tulip paint. I haven't done much of this, but I kind of like it. It takes some finesse that I don't actually have yet, so. And I'm just trying to turn it because I like to pull towards me. And so I'm trying to turn it so that I can keep pulling towards me without getting my hand in it, because, you know, y'all know how I like to make a mess. Get my hands places they're not supposed to be. Oh, baby wipes to the rescue, but baby wipes just caused me a problem because I had them in the wrong spot and then I twisted this right into it. But what made our problem shall fix our problem. So I got most of that off. I'm gonna let it dry for a half second, and I'm just gonna touch it with a little white paint because I rubbed off some of the black and some of the white. And then I'll put some little eye shine in his eyes, give him some life. And then y'all tell me what you think about this guy. Oh, Jenny, if you're still there, so you had said something about blue and my white, maybe doing our next project, the collaboration. So, like I said, I'm working with Carrie about trying to get organized as far as what I want the next one to be. So it's basically this guy, but with his beard a wreath. And so of course I need help with the wreath rail part. And then I also have another one that I'm going to, that's okay, I'll answer your question. You know I'll go back and answer all the questions in the comments anyway. Even if I answered it, I'm going to answer it again, just in case anybody else has the same question. So the collaboration should be, if it works out the way I want it to, basically this guy, but with his beard part, a wreath rail, and we're going to put puffy wreath beard on him. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do like an online paint party. I know we had talked about that a couple of lives ago, and it's going to be, they'll have two options. You can do one on canvas or one as a door hanger. And the canvas one, in the group, you'll just get the template, that's the word I was looking for. And then if you want to do a door hanger one, I'll have it set up with Carrie where you can order it from Hot Mess Mom and it'll be etched out and everything like the, who was it that I did? It was that guy. The etched out, Scarecrow. Yeah, words, they're difficult. So, I'll be setting that up here in the next couple of days. Just let me know if you want to do it. We'll do it together, of course. So, here's our Santa. I think I don't like it. I don't know, maybe I do like his cheeks that rosy. I wasn't liking it until I looked at it in the camera. How come it always looks different? I might have to just sit him down and look at him for a couple of days and decide if I really like him. Oh, and then when I do mine, so I told y'all I like glitter, but I don't like glitter. So I typically use something like this stuff if I want to add glitter, especially at like a paint party, because it's controllable. Free range glitter makes me nervous, and I don't want to leave somebody's restaurant looking like it's got stripper dust all over it. But I like to spray coat everything with this stuff. It's Rust-Oleum Clear Gloss 2X, and so you spray it all down. And of course, I'm not doing it in the house because I don't do glitter in the house. Glitter happens outside in the shed or the yard or something. And then I have this iridescent crystal diamond. It's like fine powder glitter, and then while it's still wet, I sprinkle it all over this, and it gives it this just shimmer. And then I cover it back, one more coat of this. That's fun at home in the yard glitter. Paint party glitter is contained, no free range glitter. We don't do loose wild glitter in other people's houses. Alrighty, so if you guys have any questions, just put it in the comments or send me a message. For my local folks, this is going to be our Lions class. I've got to get some ribbon and make him a bow, and then I'll get him a picture of him posted tomorrow for the event. So if you guys have any questions, just send me a message, give me a call, send me an email, all that good stuff. Anything you want. All right, see y'all later. Have a great night.